We're live. What's good, people? Let me just get my lighting. There we go. We got some lighting in here. What's up, people? How is everybody doing? Midday. What day is it today? Thursday, right? Yeah, it's Thursday, midweek, midday. Hope everybody's doing well and okay. Just a little midday stream. Do you know what I'm saying? Keeping you guys company. Um, quick update. I got a doctor's appointment for my for my ear. So remember how I told you guys that my ear has like I feel like there's something in my ear or whatever. Um, I'm going to the doctor's today to get it checked out, bro. I don't know what's wrong with my ear, but we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out, bro. We're gonna find out today. Big up everybody in the chat, James. I see you, James. I had biryani the other day. All right, that's good. That's good. That's good. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it, my guy. I wanted to do some reactions today. Do you know what I'm saying? I wanted to do a bit of reactions, watch a couple of stuff. How's the hair? You know what? Actually, it's nearly 3 months in. Um, so it was then one, two. Yeah, it's just touching 3 months. Just touching 3 months. So got a while yet before things, but it's starting. The prep is starting. The growth is definitely starting. So yeah, it's going well, bro. The hair reveal stream is gonna be massive. And broski, listen, you man and football, bro. You man are consumed by football, bro. Like, do you lot talk about anything other than football? Is it strictly football? Entirety of your life? It's 12 o'clock. It's 12:30 on a Thursday, yeah? As far as I know, there's no football on. And you man are talking about Hoyland. Bro, is there even any games on today? I don't even think there's any games on today, bro. There's nothing on, and you man are wanting to discuss Manchester United. This is what I mean about the football, bro. Broski. It ain't all about football, my guy. It ain't all about football, my guy. I'm being deadly genuinely serious. Yeah. Let me bring this up. There we go. Where's my Actually, let me bring this one here. Let me do a couple of reactions. What should I watch? What should I watch, chat? What should I watch? I've been watching loads of different content on I've been watching loads of different content with Thingy. Actually, I might play some Schedule 1, to be fair. I might even play some Schedule 1, to be deadly honest. I might. Do you know what I mean? Might play some Schedule 1. I don't know. We'll see. What's this? Best of Queso and Schedule 1 funny moments. Safe. I've seen this guy before. Rice Farm for Biryani. Big up. Play Farming Simulator. Play The Last of Us. Rice Farm. Is there a Farming Simulator? What is it? Where is it on? Farming Simulator. No way. Farming Simulator 25. Let's see. Rah. Yeah, but that'll bore me, G. That will most definitely bore me, bro. Big up, Steph. I've got doctor's appointment today to check it out. Yeah. Play The Last of Us. What's The Last of Us? Let's check The Last of Us. What is that? Last of Us. What is it? Part 2, Part 1. What is it? The game may not contain... What is it? Like some zombie game? Some zombie game, probably. Huh? I'm gonna see if I can drop Skating with Faz today or tomorrow. I'm gonna try and drop Skating with Faz today, to be fair. Shall I play some Schedule 1? I have like a good hour, 2 hours to kill. Well, an hour and a bit. We tried beating Schedule 1 by never leaving the casino. Safe. What? A zombie game, I think. 10 TV show. Ah, okay. Okay. What should I watch? What should I watch? Mexico. Hey, does anybody from Mexico? I want to touch Mexico. I'm gonna start doing some vlogging abroad, man. I'm gonna start doing some vlogging and stuff abroad. That's what I want to do. Some vlogging. Japanese yati restaurant artisan, brah. Street food stall. Damn. French fry factory. What's this? What's he making? French fries. Wait, what? He peels the... Rah, how does he peel the potatoes in that machine? No way. That is well cool. Man. Yo. That is mad. A potato peeling machine. That is mad. Would you guys eat that? Would you eat that? Cleaning the potatoes. Yeah, if he's making the chips. Oh, bro, stop this nonsense, man. Potatoes are bad for you. This is that for you. That is this for you. Flipping hell, man, are acting like if you don't eat potatoes, you're gonna live till 150 years. Broski, you lot are different, bro. Damn. Chips. He's making fries. That's a lot of oil. That is a lot of oil, bro. Safe. Chips. What should we watch? What should we watch? What should we watch? I'm planning to travel this off season, man. I can't wait to travel off season. I wanted to see this. What is going on with Luton Town? I wanted to see this. What's this? Delivering food in London, most dangerous areas. I big up Sudge.
All right, guys. So today, I'm in the most dangerous area in London, Tottenham.
What was he doing? Delivering in the most dangerous area of London.
I'm working to make back the £250 which I spent on the rented bike and the bag. Also, I can deliver from any shop in any area of London. I just have to make sure that I'm delivering to the N15 and N17 postcodes of Tottenham. And last but not least, kind of an unwritten rule. I'm not touching Northumberland Park, but that, I'll get back to that in a second. Anyways,
but listen, my shift starts now. So I'm gonna click this and instantly unable to go online. What does that mean? Ready to cycle? I'm ready to cycle, bro. I'm live.
Tottenham,
like, them
you know.
man are baking off over there. I might as well bake off right now because I'm not getting no. I spent 200 Great British pounds for this bike. I spent £35 for this bag because no, you don't just get the bag off Uber. I have to pay for it, right? So I'm trying to get that money back and I'm not even getting any orders.
Rah.
God, Tottenham Hill looks dead. Right now, Tottenham Hill is looking like a drag. Yeah, nah, this place is crazy. So right now, I'm not gonna lie, this place gives me the... Aye, whose BMW is getting broken into?
I don't know what's the mistake in
here
between.
because it seems like other people are going through the same issue as me, bro. Them man, they were playing music though.
So he's not even got any
Everyone's
orders.
waiting for orders.
Rah.
A man has died and a woman has...
So I need to be careful, I need to duck down. It might get... Bro.
No orders.
Still no order. It's absolutely appalling, bro.
So he's not got no orders?
Still be N15, you know.
Oh, he did.
It's N15. Yo, I have patented it. No. Finally, we are ready to cook. Alright, cool. On like £200, but I'll take a little free at their home to one of the biggest teams in the Premier League. The problem is, I don't particularly like. Yes, uncle, Mr. Chapstar. I like the jacket, yeah? My guy.
I would never do that, bro. In London, you're crazy.
Bro, I'm telling you, it does not get more uncomfortable than this, fam. I can't lie. If I ever get a
He's
order
crazy, bro.
and they told me to
Delivering in London, you're nuts. What's this? Larry King. I don't know. Send me some videos to watch, chat. I might play some Schedule 1. I was watching this video. Look, Schedule 1. Different people had gone best thing since Sopranos. No, I've not watched it. I saw this, yeah, where four friends joined together, played Schedule 1, and they did sick. I want to do that. I want to see if other people have Schedule 1 and then play multiplayer on Schedule 1. All I get is AMP recommended videos now on my thing. All I get is AMP stuff. Somali restaurant.
Faz, plan a trip with sister Mrs. Faz to Australia.
Ooh, Australia, yeah? You trying to see me in Australia? Down under. Bro, Australia's scary. I can't lie. Australia's scary, bro. Bro, what's good in Australia, bro? Australia is scary, G. I can't lie. I see inspired, like, bro. Let me even, let me see. Australia, scary animals. Nah, bro. No way.
When you've got next level home security in
No
Australia.
way, no, I'm not doing that.
When you've got next level.
In a bedroom, Underneath the door,
What?
there's a tiger snake.
No.
Next to the bed.
No, I'm not doing it.
That's
No.
a big tiger snake too. Can I have my,
No, I'm
big
not doing
snake
it. Oh my god.
too?
I'm even scared, bro. I'm not doing that. I am not doing
In the
that.
world, but it's just behind the drawers.
I'm not doing that. He's just
In
even
your bedroom?
videoing it. He's fucking
Underneath the
videoing
dryer?
it.
Have you ever seen a full-grown kangaroo? These humanoid rats are truly terrifying.
Yo.
Most
ain't-
kangaroos run from predators,
Yo.
but for jacked males like this one,
Yo.
a devious plot is always a good alternative.
What's this? Oh my god. No, I'm not doing it. No, I'm not. Oh my god. Oh my god. Never been. That's Spider-Man. Might as well be Spider-Man, bro.
Scary Places in Australia, Part 1. There are hundreds of huge man-eating crocodiles in this crossing.
What?
These crocodiles come up to the crossing when the water is high to feed on the barramundi, and sadly 5 people have been eaten by them.
5 people have been eaten. Eaten. What's this? Fan and everything. What's going on here? Rah. What's good?
This is Mevlin, and people literally call him the CEO of Stone Magic. His job is turning plain concrete into walls that look like they've been built from natural stone.
What's he making? What's he making? So much butter. Chocolate. What is it? Chocolate. Wow. Eggs, I think. Or is it? What's he making? What's he making? By the way, Suj, big up to Suj, yeah? You told me to make beef chewy jal, yeah? Did you realize that chewy jal is a very, very exotic plant that they do not sell in the UK? So for the show, I had chewy jal shipped over. I had to reach out and find chewy jal and basically get a hand of it. For Cooking with Faz, I made it happen. Because it's not just any normal dish. Beef chewy jal is you cannot make that in the UK. You can't buy some of the ingredients just in Asda or in a shopping market. You have to go and source this stuff. So I had it sourced just for the show. And I hope it don't get copyrighted.
Earth, our home planet. A tiny blue dot floating in the immense cosmic ocean. Here resides everyone you ever knew, every human who ever lived, every story that was ever told. It's where our journey begins, but as we zoom out, beyond our atmosphere, past the moon, beyond the familiar planets and the sun, we embark on an epic quest, a quest to grasp the true scale of our universe. As we leave Earth's embrace, the first marker on our cosmic journey is the moon. About 384,400 kilometers away, a distance so vast that if you were to drive a car at a constant speed of 100 kilometers per hour, it would take you over 160 days to reach it.
Wow.
And from this lunar vantage point, Earth appears as a fragile sphere of blues and greens, cradled in the black void of space. A sight that puts
science,
our
man.
existence into a humbling
I actually love
perspective.
science.
This is Earth as seen from the moon. As we continue our outward journey away from Earth,
What's a one astronomical unit? What's AU? And is that where they got the name AU vodka? Cause what's AU, bro? Is that where they got the name AU vodka?
this unit, equivalent to about 150 million kilometers, is the standard measuring stick for distances in our solar system.
Wow.
Imagine this: light, traveling at an astounding speed of 300,000 kilometers per second, takes about 8 minutes and 20 seconds to journey from the sun to Earth.
Okay.
If you were to travel this distance in a commercial jet, flying at 900 kilometers per hour, it would take you about 19 years.
What?
This immense distance is a stark reminder of the vastness of space, even within our own solar.
Degrees. Imagine if the Earth was just a little bit closer, bro. The UK would have been the best country in the world. Because then it would be warmer everywhere. There would never be winter. Deep it, what I'm saying. If the Earth was just a little bit closer to the sun, we would never have winter, bro. It would always be summer.
Our home planet and its solar companion, the Sun, we set our sights on Mars, our enigmatic red neighbor. Mars, at its closest approach to Earth, is about 54.6 million kilometers away. However,
do you know what I'm saying? Look at this. Imagine the Earth was just a little bit closer, yeah? There would be no winter, bro.
this distance can stretch up to
There would
401
be no
million
winter.
kilometers when the two planets are on opposite sides of the Sun. To put that in perspective, traveling to Mars at the speed of a commercial jet would take upwards of 50 years. This vast expanse of space
What?
between Earth and Mars has been a significant challenge for space exploration. The rovers and probes we've sent to the Red Planet
just to get
embark
to
on a journey
Mars.
that is not just far, but fraught with complexities due to the constantly changing distances and orbital dynamics. As we journey to the outermost reaches of our solar system, we encounter
any closer to the sun and we
the
wouldn't
Neptune,
be here to begin
the distant
with.
ice
Why?
giant. Lying
We
roughly
would be, because
4.5
look how hot
billion
it is in
kilometers
Dubai,
from
bro.
Earth, Neptune
It would
marks
just be a
the
little
edge
bit
of our
warmer,
solar
that's it.
neighborhood.
Like,
Sunlight,
just a little bit warmer.
racing across the vacuum of space, takes about 4 hours and 15 minutes to reach Neptune from the Sun. This staggering distance showcases the enormity of our solar system. Launched in 1977, the Voyager 1 space probe represents humanity's insatiable curiosity and our desire to explore beyond known boundaries. As of now, Voyager 1 has traveled for over 4 decades, covering a staggering distance of more than 22 billion kilometers from Earth.
Rah.
It's the farthest human-made object from our planet,
Rah.
a silent wanderer in the cosmic sea. In 1990, at the suggestion of the renowned astronomer Carl Sagan, Voyager 1 turned its camera back towards Earth for one final photograph.
Okay.
This resulted in the iconic pale blue dot image. At a distance of about 6 billion kilometers from Earth, our planet appeared as a tiny faint dot in the
Wait, this is not real, bro. How can you take a photo and send it to someone in Earth, yeah, from space? Because, bro, I can't even get Wi-Fi in a train, bro. When I go like hiking, I don't have any network on my phone. So how are they telling me that something in space has taken a picture, has taken a selfie and sent it back to Earth, but I can't get network in a train? This is messed up. This is why shit doesn't make sense sometimes. It doesn't make sense. In that case, bro, there should be Wi-Fi everywhere on Earth. There should be Wi-Fi everywhere. Underground, overground. There should be Wi-Fi in a plane, in a train, in the hills, underwater, everywhere. I can't even go to the toilet without losing 1 bar of Wi-Fi. But you're telling me some machine in space, 6 billion kilometers away, has taken a picture and sent it back to Earth. Get out of here, man.
vastness of space.
Bro, get out of here, man.
Sagan
I'm not buying
poetically
this
reflected on this image, emphasizing our responsibility to cherish and preserve our only home, a small speck in the immense universe. At the very fringes of our solar system lies the Oort cloud, a vast
Oort cloud.
theoretical sphere of icy objects. This distant cloud is thought to extend up to a staggering 100,000 astronomical units from the Sun. That's about 1.9 light years.
So
a
what's
distance
this?
so immense that it's on the cusp of interstellar space.
So there's the Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, then far away is Jupiter, then Saturn, then Uranus, then Neptune. Where's Pluto? Termination shock. Heliopause. Voyager 1 is only there. Wow, then there's the Oort cloud. Then there's the A Centauri, and then there's the AC plus 793888. Why did they put numbers? I don't understand. Why did they have to put numbers? You reckon there's another Earth? Like, you reckon there's another Earth somewhere else with civilization? Somewhere in space?
Scientists determine the boundary of interstellar space, known as the heliopause, where the sun's solar wind is stopped by the interstellar medium. This is where the influence of our sun ceases and the vast
Pluto
realm
isn't
of
a planet
interstellar
anymore.
space begins. The Oort cloud represents the final frontier of our solar system, a boundary zone where the sun's influence wanes and the cosmic journey into the galaxy truly begins. As we venture beyond the confines of our solar system, our next point of interest is Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to our sun. Located about 41.3 trillion kilometers away, this distance is equivalent to over 276,000 astronomical units.
What?
At such colossal distances, the AU, a measure so convenient within our solar system, begins to lose its practicality. Hence, astronomers use the light year, the distance light travels in 1 year, for interstellar measurements.
Yeah.
Alpha Centauri is about 4.4 light years away from us. Considering our current space travel technology, a journey to Alpha Centauri is almost unfathomable. For instance, the Voyager spacecraft, traveling at about 17 kilometers per second, would take over 70,000 years to reach this neighboring star system.
What? 70,000 years, bro. Oh my days. This is just, this is mango. So, bro, 70,000 years, yeah? By the time this fucker goes 70,000 years to the other star system and then comes back, yeah? Like with pictures. Shit's long, bro. It's gonna be long. In 70,000 years, like, that's how many, they won't even remember I ever existed. Like, they would have forgot about it. In 70,000 years, they won't even know this room, this chair, this mic, this anything existed. This would all be dust. We would not even be a thought. I would not even be in like, what?
This immense distance underscores the vastness of space that separates the stars and highlights the challenges of interstellar travel.
Who's calling me? These scam callers, man.
Our journey now takes us to the grand scale of our home galaxy, the Milky Way.
The Milky Way. The Milky Way. We love milk.
Spanning about 100,000 light years in diameter, this vast spiral galaxy is home to hundreds of billions of stars.
What? Wait, so in the Milky Way, there's other solar systems apart from us. Is that what they're trying to say? Basically. So the Milky Way isn't just for us guys. We have like other galaxies as well in the Milky Way. Like, this is getting too much now.
Each potentially hosting their own planetary systems.
What?
And highlights the challenges of interstellar travel. Our journey now
Wait.
per second. Year, the distance light travels in 1 year for interstellar measurements. Alpha Centauri technology. A journey to Alpha Centauri is almost unfathomable. For instance, the Voyager spacecraft, traveling at about 17 kilometers per second, would take over 70,000 years to reach this neighboring star system. So
this neighboring star system is in the Milky Way. Am I right, chat? Am I right? There are hundreds of thousands of different solar systems. There's what? Okay, so there's loads of solar systems. Where are they?
Distance underscores the vastness
Where are they?
of
Where are they?
space that
Where are these
separates
solar
the
systems,
stars
bro?
and highlights the challenges of interstellar travel. Our journey now takes us to the grand scale.
So what's this? Sagittarius. Oh, Sagittarius. That's a star sign. So this is how they get star sign. Okay. Sagittarius. So where is Aquarius?
Of our home galaxy, the Milky Way. Spanning about 100,000 light-years in diameter, this vast spiral galaxy is home to hundreds of billions of stars.
Hundreds of billions. Billions, chat. Flipping hell.
Each potentially hosting their own planetary systems. Within this...
Oh my... Wait, so this is my question, yeah? Bro, hold on. This is my question, yeah? How did they figure this shit out? Yeah? But if they figured it out, yeah? How have they figured out all of this complicated shit? But I still lose Wi-Fi when I go to the toilet. There's no Wi-Fi on trains. Every single flight on Earth doesn't have Wi-Fi. Why is your train still delayed? Why is there roadworks in the UK? You figured out that there are solar systems and Milky Way, but you can't figure out why the hell my iPhone goes slow every year. Like, why is there no Wi-Fi when I go to the toilet? Why do I lose 1 bar of Wi-Fi? This is mad. This is mad. This is mad, bro.
This immense...
I say this to Mrs. Fast all the time. You can trust in the incompetence of people. I always say this. This is mad. You said that, Suj. We'll ask Mrs. Fast tomorrow on Cooking with Fast. I always say to her, you can trust the incompetence of people.
Structure. There's a tiny sphere known as the human radio bubble, extending about 100 light-years from Earth. This bubble represents the farthest extent of human influence in the cosmos, the reach of our radio and television.
Wait. We gotta concentrate.
Each potentially hosting their own planetary systems.
Hmm.
Within this immense structure, there's a tiny sphere known as the human radio bubble, extending about 100 light-years from Earth. This bubble represents the farthest extent of human influence in the cosmos, the reach of our radio and television broadcasts into space. Beyond this bubble, it's as if humanity never existed.
What?
Any civilizations residing in the vast majority of our galaxy would be oblivious to our presence.
What? But what is going on? What does it mean, cosmos, bro? Cosmos is the name of a buffet in Manchester.
Influence in the cosmos, the reach of our
I'm
radio
fucking confused.
100 light-years from Earth. This bubble represents the farthest extent of human influence in the cosmos, the reach of our radio and television broadcasts into space.
So our radio and television broadcasts can reach other Milky Way, other solar systems, right? Okay.
Beyond this bubble, it's as if humanity never existed. Any civilizations residing in the vast majority of our galaxy would be oblivious to our presence, given that our signals haven't reached them yet. The scale of the Milky Way is so vast that our entire recorded history is but a whisper in the cosmic wind, undetectable beyond this small bubble.
Right, so nobody knows we're fucking here. So nobody in the Earth, nobody on solar system can help us.
As we leave the Milky Way, we enter the vast, almost incomprehensible realm of intergalactic space. Here, galaxies float in the cosmic...
So how the fuck did Star Wars make up all of this shit and you guys in science, NASA can't figure it out? I'm confused. How the hell did Star Wars figure it out then?
Ocean, separated by mind-boggling distances. Our galaxy is part of a small cosmic neighborhood known as the local group. A cluster...
Local group? What the fuck is a local group? Sounds like a committee meeting.
Galaxies spread across approximately 10 million light-years. The local group is a diverse assembly, including not just spiral.
We keep sending radio broadcasts out, hoping someone will respond. Why are we doing that? Why are we doing that? Because next thing, I've seen the movies, bro. Next thing you know, some plane with no wings comes on top of Earth, and Mandem Talk becomes to Avengers, and you see runs outside trying to fight zombies and aliens. Why are we sending signals for another Earth to pick up, bro? We should be shutting the hell up and minding our business. Mind our business, bro. Imagine in another Earth, yeah, where everybody is 10 feet tall minimum. Like, imagine another Earth, yeah, where, like, everybody is built like Hulk and they are 10 feet tall. And to them, that's normal. And they look at us like ants. We're fucked. We are finished. We're finished.
Galaxies like the Milky Way and Andromeda, but also a multitude of smaller dwarf galaxies. The distances here are so vast that light from one end of the local group to the other would take 10 million years to traverse. This scale dwarfs anything within our own galaxy, underscoring the enormity of the universe. Intergalactic space is a silent expanse, a vast wilderness between the islands of galactic light. In this...
So that's how Real Madrid got the name Galactico. Okay. You learn something new every day, bro.
Underscoring the enormity of the universe. Intergalactic space is a silent expanse, a vast wilderness between the islands of galactic light. In this immense void, our galaxy, home to our entire history, is just a tiny speck among many, a single story in the grand cosmic library. As we extend our cosmic gaze beyond the local group, we encounter the colossal Virgo supercluster, an immense collection of galaxy groups and clusters, including our own local group. Encompassing a region of space about 110 million light-years in diameter, or 33 megaparsecs, the Virgo supercluster is a titanic structure in the universe, containing thousands of galaxies from at least 100 galaxy groups and clusters, each with their own myriad stars and planets. As we journey...
How do they know all of this shit, but they don't know what's swimming in the Atlantic Ocean? How do they know all of this stuff, yeah? But they don't know what's under our own ocean. This is the prime example of human race. They can't mind their own business. They're sending out waves to the universe, trying to reach someone. They're going to fuck around and piss some Hulk Hogan looking 10-foot freaking gigantic alien off, yeah? And then we're going to be fucked. Mind your own business, bro. Fix the Wi-Fi. Put 5G. I don't know. Fix 5G, bro. 5G is pointless.
Outward from the Virgo supercluster, we arrive at an
These
even
people,
more
man. Trains are still
structure,
delayed in Manchester,
the
bro.
Laniakea supercluster. This immense congregation of galaxies, which includes the Virgo supercluster and extends over 500 million light-years.
He's just saying bare random shit. He's just saying light years. This thing is 75 light years away. And super duper duper cluster. And super duper light year. He's just saying shit now.
Scale.
He's just saying shit.
Laniakea, meaning immense heaven in Hawaiian, truly lives up to its name.
Their own Miriam star means their own sun. And some suns are bigger than ours. So basically, some solar system out there has bigger sun than us. So there's other galaxies and other planets who are enjoying more sun, bro. And we're here with the shit sun, bro. What's the temperature today, bro? It's 14 degrees, bro. And someone is out there in space, yeah, enjoying 25 degrees, 365 days a year. Must be nice. It must be nice, bro. It must be nice.
Containing the mass of 100 million billion suns,
What?
Laniakea is a gravitational masterpiece.
What?
With galaxy clusters, superclusters, and countless celestial bodies bound in a cosmic web of attraction and motion.
What the? He's just saying words. If you studied science and space in uni, I promise you, you are stupid because he's just saying words, bro. He's not even making sense.
The heart of Laniakea lies the Great Attractor, a mysterious region of space that exerts a massive gravitational pull on the galaxies within this supercluster. In this vast expanse, our Milky Way, the entire local group...
Yeah, bro, he's just saying random shit. 100 million billion. How can you even get 100 million billion? How can you? That's that's like 100 million billion. Would that not be 1 trillion? She's doing too much, bro.
And even the Virgo supercluster.
When it goes, if it goes past 100 billion, yeah, if the number goes past 100 billion, just put infinite. You know the infinite logo, the 8, number 8 is also infinite. Just put infinite, bro. Because after 100 billion, it just gets too long. Or after 999 billion, yeah, it's too long. You can't get 4-figure billion, bro.
Are just tiny components of this gigantic structure. Laniakea provides a profound context for our existence. In this immense supercluster, we are part of something far greater and more majestic than we can fully comprehend. As we reach the boundaries of our cosmic exploration, we encounter the limits of the observable universe, an astronomical marvel stretching about 93 billion light-years in diameter.
That looks like the picture of a Velcro strap, bro. That don't even look like a real picture. Someone took a picture of a Velcro and just drew some lines on it.
This begs a fascinating question.
What video should I watch next,
If the universe is only 13.8 billion years old, how can it be so vast? The answer lies in the nature of cosmic expansion. The universe has been expanding since the Big Bang, stretching space and increasing distances between celestial bodies.
Bro, what should I watch next? Discovering the strange, unusual creatures of the deep ocean.
A kilometer from the surface, beyond...
Oh, I know that voice. David Attenborough. Big up David. So they have sent a asteroid or something to abroad, yeah. They sent a satellite abroad, yeah. But they can't put light under the ocean. Like a gas cooker. When you turn in the gas on in dark in the kitchen and you've not got kitchen light on.
Nearly all animals...
Left in space, someone says space, left in the ocean. Ocean because I'll die quicker. No, you won't, because ocean you can survive. You can survive in the ocean, bro. All you have to do is float. That's what Mrs. Fast taught me. Mrs. Fast can float on the ocean, yeah? I can swim. Mrs. Fast can swim as well, but she can float, bro. I don't know how the hell, yeah, that beggy mess can float on the ocean, on water, bro. I don't know how she does it, yeah? Bro, she just said, stay afloat and you will, like, land in some lovely beach somewhere one day and you'll be fine. What? Siphonophores? These man just make up shit. Why can't you name it something simple? Snows in water. Now get it. I need to go make a cup of tea, bro. I sweat. It snows in water. David has been chatting shit to us, bro. David has been lying. It does not snow in water, bro. I'm going making a fucking cup of tea, bro. I'm waking up Mrs. Faz, bro. This is taking a piss. Okay. Okay. I got my cup of tea. I can now watch this again. Right. Hold on. I swear, if you go that deep into the ocean, you would crush because of the pressure from the ocean. So how the flying father fucking fuck, yeah, is these two cameramen in the ocean, bro? I have just caught the biggest scam. BBC Earth. What scam are you doing, bro? Bro, how do they have LED in them, bro? How the fuck do these fishes have LED in them, bro? Imagine like we had LED. He turns red. And he goes beep, 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 beep. Imagine. Imagine whenever Nuruddin is shouting, yeah, he goes purple. And you see a purple light blink off. I'm sorry, it does. I'm not actually sorry, bro. But that looks like a toy, bro.
This may serve for defense or
Bro, come on, bro. David, man.
send messages. No one knows.
Sending messages no one knows. What the hell?
A squid. Its lights moving as its body throbs.
Body throbs. Listen to the words, people. 2025. Woke. He said body throbs. What, your body throbs? No?
Little fish.
What comment here of countries? He goes to countries. I might have to start doing streams of like history and discovery and that, bro. And science.
It might just...
Now this is getting fucked. This is mad. It's physically impossible for a lake to be inside the ocean. It's physically impossible, bro. I don't buy it. Nah, this is bollocks.
Venture.
Spirits in that water. I fucking told you. I seen this shit in movies, bro. A spirit tried to enter that eel. Spirit. I just said it. Man, I'm trying to say sodium overdose. No, bro. It's a spirit trying to enter the body. But who Jah bless, no man can curse. You know them ones. The eel is blessed, bro. It got off. The eel said, nah, G, I rebuke. And it got off. Lucky. Yeah? I call it prayers. You man call it luck.
The brine embalms their bodies. And the
I call it
casualties of
prayers.
decades accumulate around the margins.
I'd be personally just backstruck to the sort of you crazy. That's crazy, bro. China City.
Hey, I'm in Shenzhen, China, which is probably the world's most high-tech city today. I spent about a week here checking out all the tech from food delivery via drones to insane high-speed rail, autonomous police robots, the most futuristic cars, and more. I also used to live here and I still have a bunch of good friends, so I asked them what all this tech actually feels like as a resident. Is it a techno-utopia, a techno-dystopia, or maybe both? Let's find out.
Do history. What sort of history? What history? Quickly. I have like 20, 30 minutes left to spare. What history shall I do? What history shall I do? History. The History Channel. The entire history of Japan. The entire history of human civilization. China history. China history will be long though, bro. All right.
which together make...
Is that Mount Everest? Is that Mount Everest?
one of the most years.
What I'm gonna do every day midday, we're gonna do these streams, education streams every day midday. We're gonna do these.
The 17th.
Like, I'm like 2% like Asian. Obviously, I'm Asian, but like I have like the Chinese dynasty in me, bro. 2%.
That make up the modern nation of Japan have been inhabited for the best part of 40,000 years, with the first human settlers migrating there from mainland Asia. These early inhabitants brought skills such as agriculture and metalworking with them, which laid the groundwork for the establishment
like
of
Age of
permanent
Empires and
settlements and eventually the earliest kingdoms.
Yeah, I know Age of
By
Empires.
the
man.
3rd
What a game.
century AD, a significant portion of southern Japan had coalesced into a centralized power structure based around the Yamato region, which was ruled under a system headed by a monarch known as the Emperor. Much of Japan's early history would be shaped and influenced by cultures from the Asian mainland, with Buddhism being introduced to the region in the year 552 from Korea, and later in 645, a series of reforms known as the Taika reforms being implemented to remodel the political landscape of the country and mirror the Chinese system based around an imperial court. This court initially did not have a permanent home and was moved to a different location with each passing emperor. That was until 794, when Emperor Kanmu decided to fix the capital in one place, modern-day Kyoto, thereby initiating the beginning of the
So what's the capital of Japan? Is that not Tokyo?
Heian period, which was to last for almost 400 years. Over time, however, the imperial court became grandiose and too focused on internal politics, neglecting proper governance of the country outside of the capital, and greatly weakening its own authority. As a consequence, the land that was formerly under the control of the emperor began to gradually slip into the hands of local noble elites, which led to the emergence of a feudal system where power was decentralized and not centered on decided to fix the imperial court in Kyoto. Bands like the Taira and Minamoto grow in strength. Backed by the military might of their samurai warriors, they were ultimately able to challenge the dominance of the emperor during the Heiji Rebellion of 1160, which was sparked by disagreement over who should inherit the imperial throne. This in turn escalated into the Genpei War of 1180 to 1185, with the Minamoto clan, headed by its faction leader, Yoritomo, eventually winning out over their rivals and subsequently establishing a new and separate military government based in the city of Kamakura, far away from the imperial court of the emperor in Kyoto. Yoritomo was able to go further and convince the Emperor Go-Toba to grant him the title of shogun, or Great General, in 1192, effectively making him the de facto ruler of all Japan, and initiating a period of military rule called the shogunate, that was to last for the next 7 years.
Shogun. So like the car, Mitsubishi Shogun. I've heard of the car, Mitsubishi Shogun.
100 years. The fighting abilities of the samurai would soon be put to the test once again at the beginning of the 13th century, when one of the largest empires in history turned its attention towards conquering Japan. In 1265, the Mongol Empire, headed by Kublai Khan, demanded that Japan submit to him as a vassal state. But after receiving no response, the Mongol leader began to plan a full-scale invasion of the country. The Mongol forces landed on the island of Kyushu in 1274 and met a determined, although significantly smaller force of samurai in battle. Despite being severely outnumbered, the tide turned in favor of the Japanese defenders when a powerful typhoon, called the Kamikaze, or Divine Wind, suddenly swept through the region and destroyed practically all of the Mongol fleet. The Mongols attempted a second invasion in 1281, but remarkably faced the exact same outcome as what had befallen their predecessors some 7 years earlier.
You can't mess with people who live in islands, bro. You cannot mess with people who live in islands, bro.
Being wiped out by yet another typhoon. Although they had successfully seen off the threat of invasion, Japan's defensive efforts had nevertheless almost bankrupted the treasury of the shogunate, and consequently, many of the samurai were not paid for their services. This greatly soured relations between the military government and the samurai clans.
Damn.
And so, in 1333,
Man did
Emperor
it.
Go-Daigo launched a coup with the aim of restoring power to reside with him as emperor and the imperial court in Kyoto. Despite being successful in this endeavor, this state of affairs did not last long. For just 5 years later in 1338, Go-Daigo himself was overthrown in another coup, which restored the power of the shogun under the new leadership of Ashikaga Takaichi. Even though the
Bear Man just
shogun's
taking
authority
power,
had been
bro.
restored, actual power within Japan was retained amongst the regional samurai clans, whose feudal lords, called daimyos, directly controlled the land for themselves. These clans would often forge alliances and plot against one another to alter the balance of power within the country as they saw fit, which more often than not resulted in open civil war. The most violent of these conflicts broke out in 1467 with the Onin War being fought to decide who would succeed the ruling shogun, Ashikaga Yoshimasa. The daimyos took sides in the conflict and effectively caused the feudal system to collapse, carving up the country for themselves into a patchwork of smaller independent states. This chaotic time, known to history as the Warring States, or Sengoku period, continued well into the 16th century and saw many significant military developments, such as the emergence of ninjas, who carried out covert assassinations and espionage missions, as well as the deployment of Buddhist warrior monks called Sohei on the battlefields.
So that's how ninjas
Although
came about.
a paradigm shift in the fighting occurred in 1543, when a Portuguese trading ship was blown off course onto the island of Tanegashima, just
Right.
south of Kyushu. The 3 Portuguese traders on board were the first Europeans to set foot in Japan.
Wow.
And they quickly
So the Portuguese were the first Europeans in Japan. Wow. Wow.
established mercantile relations as part of the wider Portuguese trading network, which covered much of the Indo-Pacific region. Once a year,
I did not know
the
that.
Black Ship,
I did not
as
know
the
that.
Japanese referred to the Portuguese vessel, arrived off the coast to buy and sell merchandise, chief amongst which were European muskets. These weapons were completely unknown to the Japanese before this time, and as a result, they quickly proved popular among the feuding daimyos, who were looking to gain a tactical advantage over their adversaries. So much so that by 1556, over 300,000 firearms were being used in the ongoing civil war. Similarly, the Portuguese also introduced Christianity to Japan, which greatly benefited their trading operations, with new converts being given preferential treatment in their ability to purchase guns, as well as, in some cases, receiving direct military support from the Portuguese themselves. One of the most prominent daimyos to cooperate with the Portuguese was Oda Nobunaga, who, although did not convert to Christianity, harnessed the technological superiority of European gunpowder weapons to great effect, and began to unite Japan under his rule. During the final stages of his grab for power in 1582, however, Nobunaga was ambushed and killed. He was quickly succeeded by one of his followers, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, a man of humble peasant origins who had risen through the ranks of the army to become a samurai.
Why did they draw all of these guys, with big bodies, bro? All of these emperors got big bodies, but small heads.
Samurai daimyo, and who went on to complete the ambitions of his former master and unify the country.
Faz, you
Despite being
should
the de
watch
facto
Shogun.
ruler of a now unified
Shogun,
Japan, Hideyoshi did not assume the rank of shogun, perhaps owing to his peasant background, and instead ruled as Kanpaku, imperial regent, as well as Daijo Daijin, chancellor of the realm.
Shogun.
He intended to bestow these titles upon his son, Toyotomi Hideyori. However, being still only a child at the time, Hideyoshi asked his 5 most trusted subordinates to pledge loyalty to his infant son, until the time came when he was old enough to assume power. As soon as Hideyoshi died in 1598, however, civil war once again erupted between the Japanese daimyos, with Hideyori's allies on one side and those loyal to Tokugawa Ieyasu, who was formerly loyal to Hideyoshi on the other. The decisive battle came at Sekigahara in 1600, with Ieyasu being victorious over his rivals, ushering in a new era for Japan under the Tokugawa shogunate, which was to last for 268 uninterrupted years. This period, also known
Wait,
as the
they
Edo
warred for
period,
200
owing to
years?
the shogunate
What?
government moving victorious over his rivals, ushering in a new era for Japan under the Tokugawa shogunate, which was to last for 268 uninterrupted years, is perhaps the most definitive era in Japanese history. The relative peace and stability that descended upon the country allowed for Japanese culture, the arts, and the economy to flourish in a period of prosperity. It did, however, come at a cost, for the Tokugawa shogunate introduced a series of harsh punitive measures to quell any potential form of social unrest and severely clamped down on Christianity, spreading further within the country, before eventually outlawing it entirely in 1638.
Wow.
In order to prevent any further foreign influences from taking hold in the country, the third Tokugawa, Iemitsu, introduced a policy known as Sakoku in 1639, which effectively closed the country to outsiders and prevented any Japanese people from traveling abroad, returning from overseas, or building ocean-going vessels. Limited trade was only permitted with neighboring China and Korea, and the only Europeans granted a trading license were the Dutch, who were confined to the small island of Dejima off Nagasaki. The remainder of the 17th century saw Japan continue to prosper and flourish under the successive Tokugawa shogunates, with the population doubling to 30 million and the government constructing roads and schools to greatly improve the socio-economic output of the country. However, by the late 1700s and early 1800s, cracks had begun to show in the strength of the shogunate. The rapid growth in agriculture that had defined the early years of the Edo period had come to a halt, and the government's response to devastating famines during the 1830s was severely inadequate. While all this was going on, some Western ideas had gradually begun to take hold in the country, owing to the introduction of Dutch books covering the most recent European scientific discoveries, which were translated into Japanese and distributed from their trading base at Dejima of Choshu to become a powers of the time. The Russo-Japanese War.
Okay, I'm bored now. I'm bored. History, ancient. Ooh, that one would be a. Oh, yo, 1 hour 37 minutes long. Yo, interstellar secrets of ancient civilization. Who really built these? Deep beneath the pyramid. Wow. Wow. See documentaries. I watch documentaries like this, full documentary, like the logistics of airplane food. Ooh, I need to watch this. Extraordinary Facts, Dr. Neil deGrasse Tyson. He's a G, man. He's a G. This guy is a G, bro. He spits some heavy shit that make your mind go boggling. Maybe I might watch this later today. I've got an appointment to go to now. I'll be back in like half an hour. And then the man who accidentally killed. What? Accidentally. Mansa Musa, the richest man in history. I thought it's Mansa Musa. I've heard his name before. What's this? Brief history of cheese.
Before empires and royalty, before pottery and writing, before metal tools and weapons, there was cheese. As early as 8000 BCE, the earliest Neolithic farmers living in the Fertile Crescent began a legacy of cheese-making, almost as old as civilization itself. The rise of agriculture led to domesticated sheep and goats, which ancient farmers harvested for milk. But when left in warm conditions for several hours, that fresh milk began to sour. Its lactic acids caused proteins to coagulate, binding into soft clumps. Upon discovering this strange transformation, the farmers drained the remaining liquid, later named whey, and found the yellowish globs could be eaten fresh as a soft, spreadable meal.
No way.
These clumps, or curds, became the building blocks of cheese, which would eventually be aged, pressed, ripened, and whizzed into a diverse cornucopia of dairy delights.
That's a lesson to you guys, man. You see, just because someone doesn't like you whilst you're milk, don't mean someone will not like you when you are cheese. Just right now.
The discovery of cheese gave Neolithic people an enormous survival advantage. Milk was rich with essential proteins, fats, and since it could be preserved and stockpiled, these essential nutrients could be eaten throughout scarce famines.
You see?
Telltale residues of the cheese and butter they held. By the end of the Bronze Age, cheese was a standard commodity in maritime trade throughout the Eastern Mediterranean. In the densely populated city-states of Mesopotamia, cheese began to accelerate and control coagulation. Eventually, this sophisticated cheese-making tool spread around the globe, giving way to a wide variety of new, harder cheeses. And though some conservative food cultures rejected the dairy delicacy, many more embraced cheese and quickly added their own local flavors. Nomadic Mongolians used yak's milk to create hard, sun-dried wedges of buaslag. Egyptians enjoyed goat's milk cottage cheese, straining the whey with reed mats. In South Asia, milk was coagulated with a variety of food acids.
Imagine the guy who originally found cheese decided to devalue it. Imagine it was done off a mistake, bro. Imagine the guy who said, nah, this is milk that's gone off and it looks stinky and clunky. I'm not going to eat that. I'm not going to try it and throw it away. This is why I say, yeah, when you've got to eat, bro. Eat. Like, people are so picky with food.
Such as lemon juice, vinegar, or yogurt, and then hung to dry into loaves of paneer. This soft, mild cheese could be added to curries and sauces, or simply fried as a quick vegetarian dish. The Greeks produced bricks of salty, brined feta cheese, alongside a harder variety similar to today's Pecorino Romano. This grating cheese was produced in Sicily and used in dishes all across the Mediterranean.
Imagine if the guy never decided to eat cheese, yeah, that day in the farm, you would never have mac and cheese, bro. You would never ever have cheeseburger, bro.
Under Roman rule, dry cheese, or caseus aridus, became an essential ration for the nearly 500,000 soldiers guarding the vast borders of the Roman Empire. And when the Western Roman Empire collapsed, cheesemaking continued to evolve in the manners that dotted the medieval European countryside. In the hundreds of Benedictine monasteries scattered across Europe, medieval monks experimented endlessly with different types of milk, cheesemaking practices, and aging processes that led to many of today's popular cheeses.
Wow.
Parmesan, Roquefort, Munster, and several Swiss types were all refined and perfected by these cheese-making clergymen. In the Alps, Swiss cheesemaking was particularly successful, producing a myriad of cow's milk cheeses. By the end of the 14th century, Alpine cheese from the Gruyere region of Switzerland had become so profitable that a neighboring state invaded the Gruyere highlands to take control of the growing cheese trade.
Wow.
Cheese remained popular through the Renaissance, and the Industrial Revolution took production out of the monastery and into machinery. Today, the world produces roughly 22 billion kilograms of cheese a year, shipped and consumed around the globe. But 10,000 years after its invention, local farms are still following in the footsteps of their Neolithic ancestors, handcrafting one of humanity's oldest and favorite foods.
That is well cool, man.
Find out how Swiss cheese gets its holes by watching this episode.
That is well cool, bro. Cheese, you know. What a... Yo. Homeschool is the best, bro. You would not learn this in school, bro. This is more important. This is better than learning the stuff I learned in school, bro. They didn't teach me this stuff in school. I wish they taught me this stuff in school. I wish. You know? Like that. I wish they taught me this stuff in school. But I'll be live again maybe in half an hour. You know what? Shall I go live again in half an hour and do some more video watch along? Because this is actually cool, bro. I actually love watching stuff and kind of learning these things, bro. Rance is live now, so I'm going to redirect to Rance. Go over to Rance's stream. He's streaming now with Mons. Head over there, put Faz Raid on there, and then I'll catch you guys in like half an hour or an hour max. I'll go live again in an hour max, and we'll do more video watch along because this is world class, man. This is world class. The Faz, the cooking is like midnight for me. Yeah, it'll be tomorrow 6 p.m. UK time. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys in an hour. Love.